take me where the dreams fly higher.
Hello, hello, welcome back. It's that time again for Rengage, your place for intentional leisure, and we do this on Tuesdays and Thursdays because that's just the time that we have allotted to us, and we're going to take every advantage of it. So, welcome back. We are not doing Epic Thursday as we typically do, but that's because we kind of do what we want in the time, again, that we are allotted. So, I actually don't even know what Epic Games has for us today. I might take a quick look. It's not going to change my plan here. But let's just have a glance, and it looks like Four Tales is a game. Looks like a trading card game. So if you're into that, go check that out. That's part of your news segment for today, I guess. Add to library. Perfect. All right. But as you can well see, that is let's try that again. As you can well see, we are playing Palworld because everyone else in the world is playing it. And I was just like, yeah, why not? It's come up because of their 1.0 release. I guess when I looked it up for YouTube, it shows 2024. So has this thing been in early access for 2 years? Like, what game isn't anymore? It's like you get a new game, it's like early access. Okay. But I guess that's better than, waiting forever, and then you get that feedback right away to know if it's actually going to be a game that a studio's got to pursue. If everything takes years and is millions and millions and millions of dollars, it's probably good to know that up front. Before we get into the game proper, we'll do some quick hits on the news because I think these are kind of interesting to talk about. For one, since I'm kind of into a lot of the Battle Royale type games, and I kind of like the idea of the extraction shooters. It just hasn't really panned out well with Arc Raiders. Is anyone still playing that? They probably are, in droves. But that one gets tough. Escape from Tarkov, super popular. That one looks like a Nightmare Realm, but kind of interesting. But I guess Nintendo has one with Splatoon Raiders. So it looks like single player or co-op, pretty much PvE. I guess it's extraction shooter. Just kind of interesting. I haven't played Splatoon, but it's big enough to have this be the third or fourth game in the series. So that's kind of cool. The other thing I want to note, and this kind of is a little bit more relevant for us, would be where'd it go? Phasmophobia has a pretty decent update, refreshing the Willow Street map, and they've been updating a whole lot. Now, they don't have their Horror 2.0 yet, where they're, I guess, going to make the ghosts scarier and do freaky stuff. But that's great news. Phasmophobia is a lot of fun with friends. It's a heck of a lot harder to play solo, but maybe we'll do that again sometime. I mean, it's not going to be that much longer. October's going to be here, and we might have some fun with some spooky games for Halloween streams. Okay, yeah, you'll have to let me know. You'll have to. I don't think I'll get a whole lot of objections on that. Everybody's gonna be doing Halloween streams, right? We're not gonna buck that kind of trend because that actually sounds fun. Maybe we'll do it sooner rather than later. Try these things out as they come along. So, and then before we get into the game proper, as always, it'd be really cool is if you could like and subscribe to the video. Then interact with it, questions, comments, thoughts, opinions. Put those down below and into the chat. As you do, let me know what you're thinking about the content that we're playing, what you want to see more of, what you'd like to see less of. I'm sure that's probably Warzone, but I don't know these things until you tell me. All right, we're going to start Palworld up. And as promised last time, I actually went ahead and started the game in advance. I didn't get very far. I basically got past the intro cinematic, which thankfully just let me straight up skip. So that was nice. Let's switch to the game screen. And you can't see it just yet. This is the only thing I didn't prepare in advance. Don't know why. Just couldn't be bothered. Here we go. All right. Let's stop the music. Here we go. All right. Now this sounds incredibly quiet to me, so let's make sure that our volume is up. There we go. That should be plenty. I hope I don't have to restart for volume. All right. So we just start game. There we are. We're just whatever the default stuff is. We are not doing multiplayer yet. We're really just using GamePass as a sort of rental service. Let's just find out what this game's all about and if it's worth it. So yeah, I literally just started out. I guess I washed up on shore. Thankfully, I've got a bag of goodies. I mapped the controls, so you're not gonna have to watch me remap WASD to EDSF. Okay. Right off the bat, I'll bet everybody has said this. So you come, you see this vista, you see that huge monster down there. I'm sure that's not something I can get. But when it said windswept vista or whatever just now, that really looked like something out of Breath of the Wild. It's like, I don't know about that. Uh-oh, that thing's coming up here. That's a Mammorest. Level 34, but okay. Well, thankfully, it's not hungry. All right. We need to talk to activate the Great Eagle statue to unlock fast travel. Well, that's nice. Why is it making me... No, don't auto-run. What? I guess if I hold a button, I move in that way continuously. Or something. I don't know what that was about. All right, so we need activation to not be my move to the right key. All right, that's... So, it's not perfect. I didn't get everything, but fortunately... Keyboard. How do we map our controls? That's how you do it. All right, where's our interact? Why is that the F key? Interaction 1. Also W. Or... Okay, and then partner skill... G? Yeah, that's better. All right. There we go. Now we can play the game. All right, yeah, we shipwrecked by ferocious pals. So, yep. Okay, so this is tell, don't show, I guess. You hand her the device, she gets to work. Okay. All right, survival guide. Okay. Yeah, I'll, as usual, let's pick up that. Oh no, a build menu. All right. So, whoop. So this is my only real concern. What am I doing? No worker assigned. I vaguely am recalling this now. I guess there's probably survival crafting, and I think from what I saw in screenshots, you can get the pals, the Pokemon, whatever they're called, to go back to your base and do work for you. We'll see how that goes. Survival guide. Okay. Pick up branches or hit trees to get wood, as one does. Open the menu, place a primitive workbench, use this to craft something with it. All right, let's... We'll see. So I like the idea of Pokemon. You know, I'll play Pokemon any day. And I can hold to work. I guess things don't make themselves. That's true. And yeah. Acquired suitability. I guess you have to have a hand? I don't know. Alright, so we crafted something. Acquire. Alright, I did the thing. Okay, well, I can hit something, but... Okay. I... Open that, place a workbench. In the location of choice, then W to... Okay. Alright. That's not a good sign. I feel like I literally just crafted something. But I guess I have to craft something else. Alright, now I feel like I'm playing Fortnite. Which I liked Fortnite. Not so much the Battle Royale. I actually really liked the original Save the World concept. Because it was... You did do base building in that one, but it was less about building a base and more about protecting a structure. And you were building like a tower defense game. That was the best part of that. You had to go into the towns, you had to get blueprints, you had to get supplies and items and raw materials and do objectives, whatever. And then you'd go back to the base and you had those defenses you had to set up. And so the idea, just in case you've never actually heard of this mode of Fortnite, would be that the zombies, or whatever they were, would come in from certain spots of the storms. And you would know in advance, I think, and you could be like, you could activate like, okay, I'm ready for the next wave, right? And then they would come in. And so you would build like walls. And the idea would be that you would funnel them into tunnels and they would zigzag around. The zombies would generally take the path of least resistance and go into those tunnels. And then you line them with as many death traps as possible and wound them through in such a way that they would want to keep going and not just want to cut through the walls at any given point. So you would do things like you had launchers and you could launch them back out, so they had to start over and come back in and go through your fun house. And so that part was actually super fun. I had a lot of fun with that. It got really difficult too. Okay, this is all. Craft something with it. Start production. I've built 2 things. I feel like it's broken. Somehow this thing is broken too. Is it because the elephant thing came by? All right, well, I don't know what to do. I've crafted 2 things. You have anything else to tell me? Okay, well. We're on our own. Let's go figure this game out, I suppose. It wouldn't be a bad idea to craft clothing. Okay, that's a super jump thing. Here's our Pokemon things, our pals. I have an unused stat. How do I... Oh, what do I have here? All right, there's technology and structures. It's a pal dressing facility. That's just what we need. Maybe we need to craft something more than a club. Maybe we need to craft an axe or a computer. You know, that would be high on my list. I'm gonna enhance stats: health, stamina, attack, defense, work speed, and weight. Attack seems fine. All right, I guess we need to find some stuff. And there's wood everywhere. Oh, okay. Everything's rather passive. Can I hit this rock and get stone from it? No. I'd probably need something a little more sturdy anyhow. It's like... Is there other stuff to grab? You'll have to tell me what I'm doing wrong, because I have not figured it out yet. I don't know. I feel like if I can't get past this silly tutorial, we're going to have a hard time doing anything else. Oh, there's some stone. All right. Does that let us... Oh. I can make a torch. Well, let's freaking try that and hope that we can craft something. Well, that thing's just patrolling around. Did I put this thing in a bad spot? Oh. Forgot to acquire. That did nothing. Yeah, he looks disappointed too. Now I hope I don't get squished. I have crafted 3 things. That's a primitive workbench, right? Primitive workbench. We have crafted many things. Do I have to keep crafting? It says 0 of 1. I don't know. I give up. So far my recommendation is not very high. There is like no music to this game either, which is really starting to kind of bug me. Like, I feel like I'm trying not to be too negative on it. And you might know this from our past experiences in doing both demos and Epic Thursday. Of course, I can't do anything with that. I don't especially like crafting games. Picked up a training manual? Oh, a Castaway's Journal. Okay. All right. We can awkwardly climb. I see a lot of materials. So I'm going to have to go build a pickaxe, I guess. But yeah, I struggled again to get into survival crafting games because it feels often like an engine concept was made or a crafting system was created, but it feels like the game is very secondary to it. Like, it's like, okay, I had this idea where what if you were on an island and you could craft things and make a workbench? It's like, okay, what are we going to do with that, right? So I don't know if that's true, and maybe that's being uncharitable. But and maybe this speaks to the problem with kind of games right now, at least as I see it. And I don't even know if it's a problem, but it feels like it would be a problem. The problem is that everything feels kind of already done and predictable. And so when I looked at Palworld originally, what I saw was survival crafting. I'm kind of recalling that these days. Yeah, this game's just busted. That's great news. Insufficient heat resistance. What do you mean, I can't hold my torch? Whatever. I was just like, well, I don't want to spend the day, base building. That kind of thing just doesn't appeal to me. And I know for a lot of people that is cool. But that's also why we don't do cozy games here. Because we would play those, like Calico was one of them, or Trash Goblin, all kinds of things. Guess we're just going to mine until the heat death of the universe. Yeah, it has durability. But yeah, it's like, so you go through and you craft things, and I guess the idea is that obviously you need to gear up to continue investing in the story, and that's okay. There's just something about walking around and then picking up wood. It's like, oh, good, now I can make thing. For some reason, it feels like that should be okay. For some reason, I can't do that. We're in Red by a Pal. It feels like that should really appeal to me, and to a degree, it does. I do have a weight limit. Okay. I guess I'm not sure what my problem is. So we got palladium. That seems kind of random to start with, but okay. Like, there are a lot of people who like the building aspect of Subnautica, and maybe that's their whole draw to the game, whereas mine was exploring the ocean and trying out being stranded and having to get off the planet and discovering those sort of mysteries and sort of, again, just experiencing what it's like to be in a world in a huge ocean and just diving underwater. Like, the first time you are there and you're in the shallows and you got the sun, you're seeing the fish, and you're just almost scuba diving. You're like, this is actually kind of cool and peaceful. Then you start getting further out. It gets a little spooky. And then you get to the point where you've got the, whatever the small craft is. I can't remember what it's called anymore. But you're able to go deeper underwater, and now you're getting into the dark areas of the game. Like, literally, where the sunlight can't get to you anymore. You start to go into caves. You start to deal with nasty stuff. And I just sort of like that progression. That feels thought out. And maybe that's what their Palworld is all about. I feel like they've done something right for as popular as it is. And that might just be that sort of fuddy-duddy that doesn't get it. You know what the problem here might be? I'll bet it wants me to build another one. Sorry, watch this. This is going to vex me terribly. Yep. So I already had a workbench, but you had to do things in sequence, not just a flag. Craft. So now I got to craft another axe and a pickaxe. So sometimes we're just dumb. Can I, like, reclaim? Nah, it's not worth it. All right, I'm gonna walk around for more stones, I guess. So, I don't know. I don't know if I have a point. I don't even know if I... Oh, hey. I don't even know if I have an objective to that little mini dissertation. It could just be as simple as crafting games maybe take too much time. And that would have been a boon a long time ago. And maybe that's why Subnautica really worked for me. It was at a time where I had abundant free time in the evenings. You know, you have a job, you have a spouse, you have kids. You run out of that time really fast. And so, in a way, I feel like what we might call, you know, those fast, sort of brain rot kind of games, like Call of Duty, that appeals to me because I can just fire it up and play it, and then be done with it. I don't think that's a reason to dislike Palworld, because at the same time, this seems kind of rad. Stone pickaxe. And so having something you can come back to and keep working on, you know, is also appealing. So, yeah, welcome to Ren's Contradict Himself Hour. I do this a lot, I guess. So, what's happening here? Enhanced stats. I'm busy yapping. We're going to keep cranking up our attack, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to attack something, I suppose. Open technology and unlock the Palsphere technology. Oh, okay. So I have technology points. This will cost just one. I see. And so this is what you expect, but I don't know. Maybe I'm going to start revising my opinion a little bit and be like, actually, I kind of like this, you know? But, you know, if that happens, I'm okay with it. I'm very much happy with with changing my mind. When we're presented with new information or discovering something about a game or, you know, my likes or whatever, I'm okay with it. Transport suitability. Automatically carry items to it. Let's just unlock everything. I don't know if I need to dress up a PAL, but whatever. Spear sounds great, and we get a bed or a PAL box. Probably the bed. So yeah, like I said, I don't mind. I don't mind being wrong, and I don't mind at all getting information that can change my mind on something. So now that I've sussed some problems out, maybe we'll start having a really good time. So I have to admit, I don't like survival crafting, but maybe I do. Maybe we're gonna have a blast. Mine the blue nodes, so we got to get more palladium. Is it palladium or palladium? So I look at it and I see paladin in it. So he's... But palladium sounds right. That's got to be frustrating. So I don't know. Obviously, I'm a native English speaker. But it's one of those things... Oh, hey. Mind stone, right? But it's one of those things where... How often do you have a word? You have no clue how to pronounce it until you hear it pronounced. Like... And we get why. It's a fusion language, right? But man, is that frustrating sometimes. Ooh, what's this? A Palsphere. Okay. So it still wants me to produce the Palsphere, so I can't just... I can't just do what I want. But let's make sure we have enough to do this. I guess I'm hungry. Oh, no. Your parameters will... My parameters will decrease while hungry. All right. Oh, that sounds bad. Red berries. Let's just chomp them, I guess. There we go. Belly full of berries. Boy, I hope those are good. Ren ate red berries. There we go. All right, so we're going to go back to the base. I guess there's nothing stopping me from just producing... We got day and night cycles, don't we? From producing a bench anywhere. There's no reason I have to go back there. From a primitive workbench. I might just make it out of... No, don't throw that... No. I'm just going to make another workbench. I don't... Oops. It takes 5 seconds. All right, build that. Attack a wild pal to weaken it, then capture by throwing the sphere. All right. Who wants to volunteer? I get another sphere. Or maybe it's my original one. Let's clobber this one. Surprise! Nope. All right, well... Can I capture it? All right. You probably could. But... Oh, hold the torch. Okay. I kind of like the environmental concerns that you have to navigate too. It seems kind of okay. All right, here we go. Here's how I aim. Bam. Uh-oh. No, no, no. I'll set you on fire. He used rollout. Probably need an actual weapon. Like this. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna have to, like, construct some clothing. How many can I make? I can make 11? Let's make 11. There's no reason I shouldn't be crafting as many as possible. Like, I guess I have to hold the button here. I can't auto do this. But then again, this is probably why you assign pals to it. How much does this feel like Breath of the Wild, though, right? I'm not trying to make a criticism of it. I just kind of see that as... I just see that. It's like you got the little temperature gauge on the bottom left there. Just the way the regions are introduced. But, you know, you can see a good idea. I mean, look at World of Warcraft and how much they borrowed from, like, EverQuest and stuff. How do I not have Pal Spheres? Did I just pick them up? Yoink. All right. Let's acquire this chicken. I mean, this thing... What? All right. That's aggravating. All right, so they can't be... They can't be dead. That's how you do it. All right. Xbox achievements. Oh, good. Those don't show up on screen. All right, so I won't be able to use pals a higher level than you. Their abilities will be lowered to match those of your character level. Okay, that's cool. Will they be disobedient? Possibly. All right, so I need to be able to make a bow. That probably will help us at some point. So I don't have anywhere near as much wood or fiber as it takes. I could craft some arrows right now. So when I do get a bow, we're all set. Alrighty. And we need to figure out, if we haven't already... Oh, place a PAL box. Oh, I see. Foundations. Yeah, this is the part I'm not that interested in, is building houses. I need a ton of wood for that. So I don't have any armor that I can acquire yet. Also, I have unused stat points, so... I guess you can't increase your defense. But that's okay. Oh, I can heal my lamb, which he heals automatically. So, he'll be fine. Yeah, he's gonna be tough. Okay, so where does this leave us? Well, apparently we need to... We just need to destroy trees. Oh, we get fiber from trees. Okay. I had missed the part where that happened. Alright, so if we summon him... When activated, equips a shield... Or equips to the player and becomes a shield. Sometimes drops wool when assigned to ranch. Okay. So I can tell the pal to do something. Put him in defense mode. Probably not the best idea to hit things with a torch. Alright, can we build a pal box? We can. Right there. Sure. Don't really care where it goes. Right now, we just need to get things done. A base's boundaries are... Oh, okay. So maybe this is a stupid idea. That's okay. We'll figure it out. So this makes us a base. And so we can see the circle going everywhere. So there probably are better spots. But, you know, as long as you mind the drop, that's not too bad. Look at that. There's like a platform out there. You know what it feels like? It feels like what little I played of Valheim. I don't know how. It just does. Base upgrade. So we need a workbench here. Deploy a pal to the base, and then build a chest. What else we got? Got the pal box management, and we can fast travel back to there if we want to. And then open a pal box and deploy a base pal. Oh, I got to do that. How do I deploy a base pal? Do I... There we go. All right, so use food to save off hunger. I mean, I can do that. Capture a land ball. So I got to capture 3 of them. And so it's not really capture them all, like capture unique ones, I guess. I guess you recruit a workforce. Let's see what we can do here. Pals without beds will get stressed. Okay, well, they're going to have to just hold their horses. Oh, hey, what's up? All right. He's like, wait. No, 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 no. Oof. That's right. This is an interview. The weird thing is I know later you get like firearms. So right now I just take a club to these things, but later I'm just going to shoot them. And I think in some of the screenshot art, I mean, the screenshot art shows I don't know if it's the land balls or a bunch of them holding machine guns themselves. And that was one of those things I was like, oh, it's not a Pokemon clone. We're just going to combine some genres. Unlock the clothing outfit technology. Oh, that's right. We have a technology thing. How do we do that? There we go. Cloth outfit, not clothing outfit. My goodness. So to do that, I'll need to make cloth, like so. Which I get wool, which fortunate. That will help me a lot, won't it? We also need common shield, right? Do the same to equip a common shield. Okay, so we go to friggin' workbench. Ah. Oh, hey, he's helping. So they just sort of auto-assign themselves. So we've got like civilization with the workers on auto build, or the builders on auto work, something like that, where they would just autonomously go and improve things. Okay, we need all the cloth we can get. He's like, it's cool. Let me weave my hair into something cool for you. He is so pleased. Now we are going to equip. Oh, we were. I need to go acquire fiber. Okay, I guess we just hit trees until we find fiber. Okay, is that enough? I think we needed 7. I'm gonna say that's not enough. Whew. At some point, you'll probably get an axe, and you could probably, I'm guessing, chop the tree down and get all the resources at once, perhaps. I think I need 1 more fiber, right? Yes. All right, when I run out of stamina, I gotta wait to recharge it, so don't use it all. There we go. Okay. So now we go back here. We're gonna craft our cool outfit, which should keep us from freezing overnight. And honestly, it'll look a little bit better. Like, if you're going to do anything, it does pay to look good. All right, auto-equipped. There we go. It's looking more stylish. We just need some black glasses. And we'll be fine. Maybe get, a purple shirt. But, we can't have it all at once. We probably need to find some dyes for that or something, right? Do the same to equip a common shield. Ugh. All right, so common shield. I need 10 more fiber and a bunch more stones. Is there a better... Don't I have a stone axe? No. We will create a stone axe, however. What happened to my stone axe? There it is. That's my problem. All right, get rid of that thing. There we go. Haha. There we go. So it doesn't really give you anything new when you chop it down, but you do clear it out. All right, so we need a storage thing that we'll put right, how about here? Ah. All right, so what we need to do is start dumping some of this off in here. There's merchants, there's stone. The problem is I don't want to... Well, we'll get rid of the ore. I'm not using that right now. And the wool and cloth. I'm hoping I can construct from the... Let's find out. Oh, my goodness. I can't use the arrows yet, so let's get rid of those. And that's about all I can carry in there. Now, can I craft from the station? Or from storage? It looks like... Yes. It's still counting everything, even though I don't have it in my actual inventory. Can we sort? We sure can. All right. Now, you could say, do I really want to chop down trees? Yes. Oh, mission complete. Power box upgrade available. So we got 6 fiber, so we should be at 10 fiber now. And now I think we just need a bunch of stone. That be correct? It is. And to get stone, we switch to our pickaxe, and how convenient that we have this right here. All right, and some palladium just hanging out. Oops, that's the wrong thing. There's our shield, start production. It doesn't really speed things up that much, but we'll take all the help we can get. This is definitely why you set up, like, probably PAL production queues. Do the same for a normal parachute. Oh, we get a parachute? Okay, they're just putting me through the ringer here. Where's a parachute? Oh, my goodness. I guess I just straight up need technology points to get there. Okay. Let's upgrade the PAL box. Campfire, a shoddy bed, and a repair bench. All right, so I guess we can have a second base pal there. And they want beds, so... there's a bed. We're just back to being out of fiber. So what do? We get back to the trees. So I know I spent a lot of the early part running my mouth about survival crafting games. I am slightly intrigued by this so far. I think it's partly because I just haven't played a survival crafting game to any real degree in a long time. Like, the closest I've come to it, I would say, well, would probably be like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, but those aren't really survival crafting, so that's not a good example. I'm like, maybe gotta build on a foundation with a roof. God, of course you do. All right, fine. All right, so we're gonna build. It's just the part I don't like doing is building houses. Now we're like turbo building, aren't we? Then how do I build? Yeah, there's a door. Like so. Whoa, no. Open said door. Security settings. And then infrastructure, bed. Oh, it's just going to be dreadful to place. So maybe this isn't working as well as I would like. But let's just try to get it done so we can move along. All right, so you can actually put a password here. Okay, presumably that's for the multiplayer situation. I don't know, though. So, but yeah. So the idea of building a technology and advancing to the next area, very much like Subnautica, I do like that kind of thing. That part is cool. Building houses and seeing what kind of structures and things you can make, that's not so much what I like to do, but that's kind of just me. I'm more interested in continuing the game. I do like to explore a world. I like to explore a story. But I like to do that as long as I discover something cool. Discover the next part of the tale, like how I got here, how I get away, discover some cool new stuff, something like that. I don't want to just explore just to see, procedurally generated, grass, water, planets like in Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky. Like I like to see what the developers and what the artists have in store for me, because like just looking at this scenery, like that's a huge tree. That's like a Teldrassil kind of tree over there, right? You've got lava mountains out in the distance. You've got snowy peaks. You've got what looks like a plateau. I can see something with like a dome shield out there. I saw another one over this way somewhere. You've got ocean. You've got islands. So I'm like, there's got to be a way to glide to them. So, and that's just what I can see. And I don't know how far on the horizon those are, and I don't know how big this world gets. I don't know if this is just one part of an even larger world, so this is just like the intro region. That's what I'm interested in discovering. I want to see that world. I do have an interest in seeing the different kinds of pals that you can get and what you can do with these things. Battling them, using them or your own skills and grit and whatever to battle bosses, to uncover more cool stuff. That part is great. And I don't mind having to build my weapons and armor and my technology to enable sections of the game to open up, right? Getting the normal parachute, for example. And what else is in that we can see here? I mean, we can just we'll build fire arrows. So that's kind of cool. Bats, there's a monitoring stand. You can allow or prohibit individual kinds of work, I guess. So we can see the structures, poison arrows, tropical outfit, and a tundra outfit. So we'll need those to get to certain regions. Must defeat Tower of the Rain Syndicate so we can see an egg incubator. A grappling gun. See, that's what I'm talking about. We want to be able to discover the stuff to get there. There's medicine workbench. Oh, look how far this technology tree goes. My goodness, this is a scroll bar. And so you end up getting to the point where now you can build a sword. At the same time, you're building a piano, I guess. Got lockpicks, mega glider. So that's kind of cool. That glider might be what you use later. Skip down. So now we get to the point where we have frag grenades, heat-resistant metal armor, a boost gun, a makeshift SMG, and we keep going. A dragon grenade. Cooler. Reinforced arrows if for some reason you're using bows at that point, although I guess why not. And now you got a production assembly line. That's something else. Assault rifle, PAL metal armor. Let's just see how far this goes. You get to the point where you have a beam launcher. Plasma rifles. And so, explosion resistant undershirt. I could use one of those in real life. So, that's what I think is kind of interesting here. The idea it comes down to discovery. Not just what can I build. I know that seems kind of contradictory, but there's something I'm trying to get at there. If you're giving me tools to improve and to build up, I want to be able to do something with them. Now, for a lot of people, just I feel like that music is a touch loud. You have to let me know because I feel like I'm shouting over it. That might just be loud in my ears. There are a lot of people who will literally spend hours and hours building the perfect base just because they can. It's like, hey, look, I built the Enterprise D to scale in Minecraft, and people love doing that. I am not one of those people. But I am very interested in that technology tree. I do love a good technology tree, same as I love a good skill tree. Sometimes I like knowing what's ahead. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like, don't tell me what I can, what my pinnacle thing is. Let me discover it as I go. I do like that kind of thing. But still, even going here, seeing just how deep that goes, you have to literally start with Stone Age tools and discover more about the world, the pals that occupy it, and learn technology as you go. So I like that you have to develop that kind of thing. You don't just get blueprints for free. That was an appealing thing about Subnautica. You had to find the blueprints for the technology or find a new material, and that would unlock a technology which would let you build something that you needed to proceed to another part of the game. That is great. That's back to your classic Zelda level building. It's like, I can't get across this bridge. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do here. I'll bet you have to do something later. Eventually you get to the hook shot and you're like, I know where I'm going next. And then you're rewarded for taking the time to get over there and check that out. So overall, it's a very slow start, and I really felt the momentum kind of dropping quite a bit there, because I'm like, what am I supposed to say? And skip to the next song. I don't know, the lack of music is atmospheric, and it prevents distraction. Now, there's nothing stopping me from like getting a playlist of some kind and just playing that, but yeah, I just want to give you the full-on experience. So, Palworld, so far, especially if you want something that you're going to have to come back to and work at and gradually make progress, and eventually you can turn around, look back, and be like, yeah, check that out. I built all this, and I got to this cool dragon, and I've got all these pals that are doing assembly line stuff. They're not just like sitting off in some Pokemon box, right? You're actually giving them purpose, and you're actually arranging them to do things. So now you've got like a city management kind of thing going. I think that's a cool idea. And the combat doesn't feel super great right now, but that's because I got clubs, when I'm able to make that bow, I think things are going to start getting more exciting. And when we're eventually getting more projectile weapons, I think we're going to have a better time, just given my preference for sniping things. So hopefully you had a good time with it, though. If it was a little boring, I'm sorry. I felt it too, but we made the best of it, and we found that if you stick with this one, I think there's a reason that it's popular right now. And what this might have done is really made me rethink my position on survival crafting games. Because if they can be like this, where I've got more purpose than just building a base, and I'm not going to get into that again, repeat myself, then, and basically, the crafting system the game doesn't serve the crafting system. The crafting system serves the broader purpose of the game. That's what Palworld feels like it's doing right now, where the star of the show is going to be the pals and the world they built. And that is good stuff. And I think I'm good with that, so maybe we'll come back to that one. I still got GamePass, so... But let me know. Maybe that won't be as exciting. And maybe you might want to watch like your favorite super huge streamers do that one too. I'm virtually certain they're doing collabs on a shared server, so I wouldn't blame you. I might check it out too, who knows. But in the meantime, if you want to come back and hang out, we'd love it if you do. We're going to try to get back to our Saturday night streaming schedule as well. Who knows what we're going to play? I'll do my best not to play Warzone every single time. I do promise you, though, that one of these times, instead of playing casuals, we might just jump into regular quads. Solos is boring, but maybe with 3 other players that are playing against a whole lobby of players, we're going to be mic'd up, we're going to be serious, and we might do some really good work. Maybe not winning right away, but if we get some good fights and some great action, I'm down with it. So we'll check it out. Maybe I'll play offline and let y'all know with a surprise Ren at Night stream. In the meantime, stay tuned. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you next time.